At the start of this year, I told myself that I'm going to push myself to become the happiest, healthiest and best version of myself, and I think this next challenge is going to do exactly that. See you next week. Social media, a harmless way to connect with loved ones and share common interests with others, or a cesspool that is slowly rotting our minds? My social media use has slowly increased over the years to a point where I find myself constantly checking my phone, whatever I'm doing. So I want to see how social media is affecting me on a day-to-day basis, my mental health, my productivity, and even my general well-being. So for the next 7 days, I'm not going to be using any social media. I'm also not going to be watching TV and limiting myself to 15 minutes of internet access a day for emergencies only, like checking emails and finding out who did the original version of that song I've had stuck in my head all day. So here we have it, the 7-day social media detox. Day 1 was a walk in the park, or a walk in the hills. I actually met up with a buddy and we ended up going for a hike that took a little longer than expected, so we were out pretty much for the whole day, and then afterwards we celebrated with a few sherbets before calling it a night. So the first day was pretty easy, however the rest of the week was not going to be like this. Okay, so it is the end of the second day and I'm feeling pretty optimistic. Woke up this day feeling pretty rough. Had a couple of shandies last night and I'm not a big drinker, so having a few drinks and a late night definitely impacted me. But I think not being able to use social media or the internet today definitely helped me salvage the day. Because when I usually have my yearly couple of drinks and I wake up feeling tired and a bit down, I usually just pull up my phone and just while away some time on YouTube, and then before I know it, it's like the afternoon and I still feel tired and I kind of just whittle away the day and then maybe watch some TV. But because I didn't have any of that stuff to do, I woke up, had a cold shower and just got on with the day. I used my 15 minutes of internet time to ask an important question of whether you can wash shoes in the washing machine, and the answer is yes. You just have to put them in a pillowcase. I know we're not too far into the challenge, but I am feeling very optimistic and I feel like I felt very relaxed and calm today rather than how I normally are. So I don't know if that's because I'm not being impacted by all the screen time and all the social media, but we will find out as the week goes on. But yeah, that's it for today and I'll see you guys soon. On day 3, I woke up feeling calm. I don't know if that's anything to do with not instantly checking my social media and getting a sudden spike of dopamine, but I definitely feel like a calmness in the morning, and my productivity throughout the day is phenomenal, whether it's work or just doing things I enjoy. There seems to be so many hours in the day. So it is the end of day 3, and may I just start by saying I've done some pretty wild things on this channel. I mean, I've done thousands of squats, push-ups, burpees, I've lived in my car, I've not eaten any food for 7 days, but what I'm about to do next I honestly think is probably the wildest thing I've ever done. That's right, I'm about to go to sleep at 8:42. I guess now is the time where you normally just lay in front of the TV and mindlessly watch Netflix for a few hours, but when you haven't got anything like that to do, I'm just going to read a book in bed and probably be asleep in 5 minutes. So maybe this will be the new and improved me. I'll be waking up at 4 AM like David Goggins, running the streets and shouting out motivational quotes to people. Another thing I noticed today is that even though Loretta's been gone for over 3 weeks now, today especially, I felt a little bit lonely, like I'm on my own. I'm very aware I am home alone, whereas I haven't felt like that before, and the only thing I'm doing differently is not using social media. So I guess using social media and connecting with people online does feel like companionship, so that's something I found quite interesting. But apart from that, it's been a good day. I'm excited for the rest of the week. Anyway, I best get to bed, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so I've just used my allotted 15 minutes of internet time today to check out whether social media is good or bad for us. Let's start with the positive, shall we? Staying connected with friends and family has never been easier, though that could be considered a pro or a con depending on your relationships. Being able to answer any question at the touch of a button is fantastic, of course. However, it has taken out all the fun out of having an argument with your friend. Online learning and job skills have never been easy. You can learn guitar, learn a different language, all at the touch of a button, which is obviously fantastic. It is a great way to market yourself or even connect with people who have similar interests or hobbies as yourself. It has also created a great amount of opportunity for remote employment. Now let's get some of the negatives, shall we? Increased social media usage can lead to cyberbullying, anxiety, depression, and exposure to content that is not age appropriate. Social media is addictive. When you're playing a game or trying to complete a complicated task, once you've completed that, your brain will reward you with a dopamine hit, which will release happy hormones into your body. The same thing happens with social media. When you upload a picture to Facebook or Instagram, once you get notified that someone has liked your picture or commented, you'll get the same rush of dopamine that you get from completing tasks or playing a game. This can make social media very addictive. FOMO, or fear of missing out, is another common theme where people continually check their social medias to make sure that they're not missing out, and this can lead to mental disorders. Self-image issues can occur from constant scrolling. Seeing everyone posting about themselves looking in their best possible lives can make you feel worthless and depressed and anxious about your own life. So it's Wednesday, so it's finally time to go and pick up Loretta. It was a 6-hour round trip to collect Loretta, so I spent the majority of the day driving and enjoying the beautiful UK scenery. When I finally picked her up, I was amazed to hear that Loretta had taken up hairdressing. As I spent the whole of yesterday driving, I had a lot of work to catch up on, so I spent the majority of day 6 sat at my computer. Day 6 quickly became day 7, and before I knew it, the week was over. Okay guys, this is it. It's been 7 days with no social media, very little internet, and no television. So you know what time it is. Hey guys, so it's been about a week since I finished the challenge. I like to give myself a little bit of time after finishing the challenge to really collect my thoughts and opinions so I can really give you guys the ultimate review of how the week went. Now may I just start by saying that due to social media being a fairly new technology, there is little long-term research into the consequences of using social media, which is one of the main reasons why I wanted to take on this challenge. Now some of you may even snigger at this being a challenge and you have a very healthy relationship with your phone and your social media use, and I take my hats off to you. However, due to being someone who works online and also creates content, I've seen my social media use dramatically increase over the past couple of years, and I have started to experience some negative side effects due to this. A 5,000 person study from the American Journal of Epidemiology found that higher social media use correlated with self-reported declines in mental and physical health and life satisfaction. I believe I was beginning to fall into this category, consistently unconsciously checking my phone throughout the day, trying to get those dopamine hits. Like most of these challenges, the first few days seemed the most difficult. However, it was crazy to me how quickly I did adjust to not using social media and how little I missed it. More to my surprise, when I got back online, no one really even noticed that I wasn't online. I even put a poll on my YouTube channel asking people if they noticed me, and the majority of people said no they didn't, which was actually a bit of a relief to me, and it's good to know that I can take time out and it's not really going to affect me in any way. If anything, it's probably going to improve my life. The biggest takeaway from this week for me personally was how much more peaceful I felt. Not getting all these rushes of dopamine, constantly checking my phone, I felt a lot more calm and relaxed, which is really unbelievable to me. I also felt like I had so much more time to do pursuits and hobbies that I often neglect because I feel like there's not enough hours in the day. All those little 10-15 minutes of checking my phone add up, and I was probably saving myself a good couple of hours a day by not constantly checking social media. Now is the part of the video where I would normally talk about the negative aspects of the week, but there really wasn't any. Apart from spending a good several hours replying to all the messages and comments that had built up over the week, there really wasn't any negatives, which is pretty amazing to be honest. So it's almost a week now after finishing the challenge, and my social media use is still way down from what it was before. I've yet to re-download any apps onto my phone, and I think this has been a big game changer on how I use social media. I find using social media on your laptop or computer far less dopamine inducing, and I don't feel like the urge to constantly check it, and not having any social media on my phone allows me to be way more present and productive when I'm just out and about. My workouts in the gym or my daily walks have been so much more enjoyable, and I find that I've barely ever reach for my phone like I always used to. If you're someone who feels like they spend way too long scrolling, I highly suggest trying deleting them off your phone and just using them on a computer. It has been such a game changer for me. I am very aware that there are apps that you can download to help you restrict your social media use, ironically. However, I've used these myself, and because they're so easy to deactivate in the settings options, I didn't find them to work for me. Overall, I find social media to be a fantastic tool. I mean, if it wasn't for social media, you wouldn't be watching this incredible video right now. However, like most things in life, moderation is definitely key. For me, not using social media on my phone is going to be a better way for me to live a happier and healthier life. And if you've never tried going a week without social media, I highly suggest you give it a go and see if you experience the same benefits I did. So that's going to be it for the video. Drop in the comments below if there's anything you'd like to see me try in the future, and I'll see you guys next time.